Welcome back, Cancer Risings, or Sun or Moon, depending on if you'd like to use that or not. My name's Liv, this is Combust Astrology. Let's go ahead and get into what Jupiter and Cancer have been doing for you guys, the lovely sign of the year, Cancer. Well, Gemini and Aries are also going through a big shift. What is going on with my software? Maybe that fixed it. So Jupiter in Cancer is sitting on your rising. Wow. Congratulations. You're no longer senile. So Jupiter was in your 12th house. Let's talk about that. How has Jupiter in the 12th house been affecting you? In the past year, Jupiter was in the sign of Gemini. And during this period of time, if I have to say so myself, it's been quite a journey, right? Having Jupiter in your 12th house, while at the same time, coincidentally, we had Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, means your 9th and your 12th house were squaring each other, right? That square of Jupiter in Gemini and the Saturn in Pisces was more or less a dark time. It was very much a time of experimenting. It was very much a time of sitting too close to the cliff and thinking, should I jump? Maybe. Should I jump? Maybe. Because the jumping part was just going full delusional belief that it's not that anything that you want can't happen. It's not a scarcity mindset, but it's an overabundance to a point that would help fix what was a lack of abundance in your 3rd and 6th. So these two were at odds. Now, I know you might be thinking, but I thought Virgo and Gemini are the two mercurials, so they would like to act with each other. Well, for you guys specifically, it is this. This is like the biggest thing. We know that 6th and 9th are ruled by Jupiter or Neptune, whatever you want to say. And we know that 12th and 3rd are ruled by Mercury, right? So if we have these two in your chart at odds, we're now looking at, well, why would the two of these axes independently be working with each other? It's really just because of the planets. So because Jupiter and Saturn are about budgeting whenever they come into contact, what's left was what was happening in Virgo, but there wasn't really anything there. Mars wasn't there yet, and the South Node wasn't there yet. Not much going on with Sag. I mean, the planets went through, but nothing big besides that. So the idea was your 3rd and 6th house was left unchecked. You didn't have boundaries, and you also didn't have the desire to have chaos. And that's where I said, maybe it took you on the edge of senile, because that's when you started contemplating the desire to adventure, what ifs, the ability to actually be given the space, the security, and the respect that you've been wanting. Okay, I know that was like, a walk there to get to that point, because it sounds like you're crazy, but I'm not calling you directly crazy, not yet anyway. So what happens when Jupiter moves away from the 12th into the 1st? Well, whatever it is that you believe is now being born onto you. The 12th house is your subconscious. It is the womb. It is the baby being born in the dark of the feminine. But once you get through and you're being birthed, let's just put baby, that's you. You're now in the 1st house. So this whole new possible lifestyle is happening to you. But now we have to come into account of the cardinal axis, 10, 7, 4, and 1. How is the square, the opposition, and the other square going to affect you? Well, Saturn and Neptune are in your 10th house, so that's already something big. I look at this and I'm like, find a way to stop working. Find a way to go into a lifestyle where if you're going to hold a responsible, let's just say upper management position, you are still going to have freedom, right? The cardinal cross is all about balance, but especially between Saturn opposing your fourth house in Aries, very much about trying to have your own sense of fun, not doing everything you have to do. If you have placements in Libra, then it's really about like trying to fix the stuff that's in here, not really getting too caught up in what's going on in this outer world. Saturn is restriction. Aries is definitely not wanting to be restricted. It just wants to go. So to me, the slow grind, the slow burn here is like, let's make a plan for the 10th house in the long run, because Neptune will be there by itself eventually, right? But Saturn's like, don't go and do anything too crazy just yet. And you have to understand why. For a lot of you, it's been really fun seeing this, right? I trade, and meeting a lot of you that's now all of a sudden interested in stocks or whatever. I'm like, that's Pluto. And Pluto's been banging this door since 2023. Oh God, that's a 3. And then 2024. Why? Because your 8th house is your house of other, right? Resources, inheritance of other, right? It squares the house of speculative investments, the 5th house in Vedic astrology, especially. And this square renders it so that you can actually take in resources from the collective. You give yourself exactly what you need and you speculate. That is 11 to 5. But that relates to Jupiter, because the only way for you to tap into all of this fun stuff is if you address the square of 1 to 10 by saying, I deserve to have exactly what I want. That's Jupiter always in your first house for any sign. But then in Cancer, it's to take care of myself. How can I take care of myself? Maybe I want to work less. Maybe I do want to work hard, but like a lot less upfront. So then we look at that square between what Neptune, right, which in your chart is 6th and 9th. So it's a belief and a hope that the everyday can be different. Sag 6th house people don't want to do the same thing every day. Okay? They don't want to at all. So looking at that 6th house, what you'll notice is the 10th and the 8th are going to sextile, and the 6th and the 8th are going to sextile. Pluto just knocking its doors into there means that now this cardinal desire, how is work, how is family, but most importantly, how are the people around me? And the Jupiter in your 7th house opposition is now telling you, I need to make sure the people that come in my life are truly giving me back. They're truly healing me. They're not just taking. That's what Jupiter going in that 12th house when it was in Gemini was really up to. So now that you know the planet Pluto and what it was, we come back to the main point of the video. Once again, obviously talking about Jupiter, to say Jupiter is a very small it's very small compared to the bigger plot of your chart because of your rising. The big plan of your rising is to get exactly what you want by the time Saturn gets to your rising. By that time, 2.5 years, 2, 4, 6, 8, half, 1, and then, so let's just say 10, right? Or maybe 9, whatever. Let's just say 9. So 9 years from here, carry that. Okay, so Pluto should be around maybe 13 to 17 degrees by that time. And by the time that Saturn does get to your rising, it will give you the ability to audit your friends, audit your subconscious, and grow to yourself, because then the next phase is Pluto entering your 9th house, which will allow you to evolve. But the evolution will be so you can lead a spiritual community. Can't get there yet when, you don't have the funds, which is a big part of this Jupiter. It's clocks and clocks and clocks, like gears in a car. So coming back to it, if you are still here, my biggest takeaway from this transit is making sure the people around you give you love. They give you boundary, they give you assurance, And most importantly, they actually want to be there and be solid for you. You guys have Jupiter in your rising. This is the year to pick yourself first. Do something drastic. When I cover Uranus in the 12th house, I'll go over how it is that your rising sign is being dared to be bold, to do something extreme, and to move into a new lifestyle than what it is that you've already been in. But you can't do that if you're playing small and playing scared. So, all that being said, thank you so much for watching. You can find me on other sources and platforms, TikTok. I don't know what I really do on there. It's always different. I have a podcast that I need to upload another episode on. 2 podcasts, actually. One for a monthly review, one that I just rant long form. And then I also have this YouTube channel. I do readings online. And what else? That's it for now. Oh, for the readings, one of my videos went viral on TikTok too. And people have been booking. So I do want to say, if you know you're going to want to schedule a reading, it'd probably be better to book now in advance than to wait, because you might be waiting for a little bit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and take care.